Asia is hogging the spotlight right now, but don't forget, there is an actual war happening in Europe, and neither side is making any effort to end it. On Wednesday, the United States moved one step closer to another provocation. The US Senate voted to give Sweden and Finland NATO membership. The results were a foregone conclusion. 95 senators voted in favor. Only one senator, Josh Hawley, voted against it. His excuse is interesting. Hawley says America must choose between Europe and Asia, that the US can either take on Russia or China, not both. Well, he has a point, but he has no support. Senator Hawley was alone. Both Republicans and Democrats voted overwhelmingly to expand NATO.
Russia's unprovoked aggression in Ukraine has changed how we think about the world's security. That's why I strongly support the decision of these two great democracies, Sweden and Finland, to join the most important and defensive alliance in the world, NATO.
Funny how America is suddenly bipartisan. They're divided on abortion, they're divided on guns, but when it comes to provoking Russia, everyone is on board. Well, that's US politics for you. This ratification bill will now head to Joe Biden's desk, and once he signs it, the process will be complete. Now, all 30 NATO members must do the same. Their parliaments must approve the inclusion of Finland and Sweden. How many have done so far? More than half the members have completed the process. This includes Germany, Italy, Canada and France. But the big worry is Turkey. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan did agree in principle to expanding NATO. But he's keeping the alliance guessing. If Turkey votes against the move, NATO cannot expand. Basically, Erdogan could still play spoilsport. And he's not alone. Let me introduce you to Gerhard Schroeder. He was the Chancellor of Germany from 1998 to 2005. His tenure coincided with Putin's rise in Russia. The two men share an excellent relationship. You could say they're friends. Last week, Schroeder traveled to Moscow to meet Putin. After returning, he gave an interview to a German newspaper. I'll give you the important takeaways. Number one, Schroeder says he won't apologize for his friendship with Putin. 2, he says the Kremlin wants a negotiated settlement. 3, he says Ukraine has no choice of regaining Crimea. No chance, rather, of regaining Crimea. 4, he accused Ukraine of violating the Minsk agreement. And 5, he suggested Austria-style neutrality for Ukraine. You can imagine how President Volodymyr Zelensky reacted to this. He called Schroeder's actions disgusting. Listen to this.
And in general, it is simply disgusting when former leaders of major states with European values work for Russia, which is at war against these values. Russia activates different emissaries, with these saying the terrorist state allegedly wants negotiations. If Russia indeed wanted to end the war, it would not be pushing its reserves to the south of Ukraine right now.
Zelensky has every right to be angry. Having said that, Schroeder's overall sentiment is not really wrong. Talks are the only way to settle this war. Ukraine will have to accept neutrality eventually. So why is everyone lashing out at Schroeder? Because his intentions are questionable. Like I said, Schroeder is very close to Vladimir Putin, perhaps a bit too close. After leaving office, Schroeder has worked with 3 Russian firms, Nord Stream AG, Rosneft and Gazprom. He personally benefits from Russian gas companies. His own party is investigating him at the moment. There's a good chance he will be expelled for ties with Putin. So naturally, Zelensky lashed out at him. It was the right message from the wrong messenger. It also reveals a deeper divide in the European Union. How long will Europeans keep paying the price for Russia's war? At what point do they rebel? And if such a rebellion does happen, it will be over energy. Across the EU, governments are rationing power. In France, air-conditioned shops must keep their doors closed. If not, they could be fined €750. Outdoor cafes have been banned from using heaters or ACs. In Germany, lights are being turned off at fountains and tourist sites. Government buildings have turned off water heating. In Greece, ACs have been limited to 27 degrees Celsius during the summer. Public buildings are being fitted with window shields to keep the heat out. Spain has announced a similar move. In summer, ACs cannot run below 27 degrees in Spain. In winter, they cannot go beyond 19 degrees. The Prime Minister and his cabinet have started ditching ties to stay cool. It tells you how dire the situation is. And come winter, things will only get worse. European countries are trying to fill their storage tanks before temperatures drop. And the key to that is the Nord Stream pipeline. Russia is shipping gas via this pipeline, but the flow has reduced just 20% of the full capacity. To increase this, Russia needs a turbine, the same turbine that was stuck in Canada for repairs. We told you about it. It has since been returned to a German factory, but Russia is refusing to take it. Moscow says the papers are not in order. So guess what Chancellor Olaf Scholz did? He inspected this turbine himself on Tuesday. Take a look at this.
Why this delivery cannot take place. And to demonstrate that, to understand that, to show that is one reason why I am very grateful that I was able to look at this with my own eyes today. And also to be able to show to everybody else that there is nothing mystical going on here.
It's a question of nerve and patience. Russia is resolved to fight till the end. Ukraine has decided to defend till the last man. The difference is Ukraine needs Western weapons to fight. They need European support to stay in the war, which is why Putin's energy war is so crucial to this conflict. If the European public put electricity over Ukraine, it could be game over. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.